Hi guys, it's Carrie, and today we are going to be heading out into the hot summer heat. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to this video's sponsor. Thank you to Skillshare. If you don't know what Skillshare is yet, it is an online learning community platform, and it has classes ranging from business to journalism to beadwork. And if you've been following me on social media, you're probably sick of me talking about it, but I have taken up creative writing again. I actually just passed my 20,000 word goal on my creative writing project, which is really exciting. But Skillshare has actually been really helpful because as I started writing, I realized that I don't actually know how to get certain things that are in my brain onto the paper in words, which is what writing is. They have a ton of creative writing and just writing in general, even just for essays, ton of courses. And the one that I particularly focused on, the one that I finished, is writing for expression, how to make your writing more artistic and lyrical, I believe is what it is. Published poet, published journalist, Hanif. He just basically goes through different ways that you can make your writing more poetic, and it was just an absolutely fabulous class. So if you are interested in that, Skillshare is nice enough to offer 2 months of their premium membership for the first 1,000 people who click the link down below. So check that out. And then after that, it's about $10 a month, and it's unlimited classes. It's absolutely amazing. Click the link. First 1,000 people. Anyway, I wrote this morning. Now it is time to go outside. It's really hot, but we're gonna go on a little adventure. We're gonna go on a little walk through time, if you will. So let's go. Hi guys, Seoul is testing me today because I originally planned to come here today, not yesterday, because it was going to be clearer and I wanted to take you there to where we're going on a day that there would be a nice sunset. It's cloudy today. And then I was like, you know what, that's fine, that's okay. But the second I left my house, it started raining, and it is currently raining. However, if you look above me, right? So Seoul is just playing a lot of games with me right now, but we are going to the Ihwa Mural Village. See, it's raining. I'm not crazy. We're gonna go up to the old Seoul Fortress Wall. I'm stubborn. I'm not gonna use an umbrella. I'm gonna wait this out. So, okay, let's go. Before we get any closer to kind of where people are living, I just want to say that you have to be really quiet here. And yes, the sun is out now. Who knows what's going on? But yeah, there have been a lot of issues with tourists being a little bit noisy, leaving trash everywhere, so the residents aren't very happy. So they're actually, in some cases, some of the more famous murals are gone now because they've been painted over by the residents who are upset. So if you do come here, please be really quiet. I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna show you guys around. But yeah, there are maps everywhere. It's free to wander around. Just be really respectful and quiet. So let's go get some murals.
친구들이 내게 물었지 너는 어디서 왔니 우리랑은 많이 다르지 너는 영어도 못하지 너는 수학은 잘하게
Ready for a really good panoramic shot? So that was the, let me scoot closer. So that was the Ihwa Mural Village, and I was surprised that a lot of the really big ones were painted over, which is sad, but I mean, it's their home, so they can do what they want. I realized as I was walking, I was like, man, why is it so quiet today? I'm silly, and there's a motorcycle. Today is actually a holiday. It's not a big enough holiday that businesses, like Kurt is still at work, so not everyone is off of work, but I guess the smaller places decided to take off. So it's also like 6 o'clock. A lot of like little cafes and little shops with handmade things and lots of art, lots of postcards and prints and stuff like that. So even that cat cafe, I have no feelings towards cats. I have an allergy towards cats, but I bought a postcard because that artist was so good. I'll put them down below if the postcard says, yeah, okay. But I bought my friend a postcard, so yay. Oh, there's a spider. Where did he go? He jumped on me. All right, let's not think about that. So as you can see, we have climbed quite high, and this actually led us, once you get to the top, there's lots of like rooftop bars and everything overlooking Namsan, overlooking Seoul, but you actually link up to the Seoul Fortress Wall, which you could, if you wanted to, start at Naksan Park. So there's a little bit more of an actual park way up here, and then there's this seating area. There's lots of motorcycles, but then you can walk along the wall, which I'm going to do, and it's actually going to take us down to Dongdaemun, right at Dongdaemun, and then there's a little cafe I might stop at, and then we're gonna meet up with Kurt for dinner. So God, it is beautiful, man. It's really pretty, and it's also cool. It was supposed to be really hot today, so excellent. Okay, found the spider. Yeah, he got me. All right. Anyway, so that's that. I'm gonna sit here for a little bit, and then we're going to go walk along the wall. So let's go. Is my dream behind me in that pavilion is just a circle of like 5 or 6 really old women, and they just have one dog, and it's in the center just running back and forth to them, and they're just chilling, shoes off in the summer heat. And now we're definitely on the way down. We're gonna end up right at Dongdaemun, so oh God. How did I used to do this as a kid? Why does every city have one man that feeds all the pigeons? Every city. Looking at you, Washington Square Park man in New York. Traumatized me. Yeah, some iced tea would do real good right now. So we're gonna go to this cafe slash record store that is right behind DDP for mint tea. That's all I want right now. Let's go.
I heard about you long before we met. You're winsome and you're young, at least that's what they said. Underneath your glitter and your gold, you can't deny the fact that you are growing old. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty.
They asked to not take many pictures inside because I guess they're having issues with influencers, but super nice. I want to go back. My friend, hold on, my friend from high school came back because she's Korean, so she's able to come back. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but right now, unless you are Korean, like with a Korean citizenship or the like F4, like Korean blood visa, I guess it is, unless you have that, everyone else's visas, normally we have re-entry, which means that I can go to America and come back without having to like reapply for anything. But because of the virus, they took that away. So we can leave, but we can't come back. So anyway, if we leave, we have to pay for a re-entry visa, and then we also have to have a virus test from the country that we're coming from within 72 hours of landing, which is kind of difficult to get. Yeah, I don't know, it's a tricky thing. But anyway, my friend is Korean, so she's able to come easily, and she's visiting her parents, and she is like a music connoisseur, DJ by night kind of lady, and she knows all these cool record places, and she comes to Korea once a year, and I'm just like, how are you so cool? So I'm glad. I know she hasn't been here because it just opened, so I'm like, finally, just one place that I can take care in. And they have mint tea, and it just seems cool. And they had a bunch of like old Korean records, really old music, so basically just excellent vibes. And they have turntables where you can listen yourself. You can just sit there, pick a record and listen, which is very cool, obviously. But I just got their mint tea, and it's mint and a little thyme, I think. Sage? I don't know what's in there. Something else. But anyway, I'm gonna get on the bus because Kurt is texting me that he is hungry, and so we're gonna get food.
I haven't gotten used to your scent. I'm certain you have had another cigarette. Nothing could prepare me for your style. The way your laughter seemed to go for miles and miles. You have 1,000 eyes that never fall asleep. Someday I will leave you when I've had enough of your beauty.
Don't call my name, don't call my name, Alejandro.
Hi, 24 hours later. So I hope that you enjoyed that evening. It was actually really nice. Got really lucky with the weird weather, but it was nice and cool. That is a really excellent place to just stroll around. It's quite touristy, so I think right now it wasn't very busy just because people aren't really traveling here. And it was also kind of later, so the little stores tend to close. So if you want to go a little bit earlier, spend the morning there, stuff like that, it is really wonderful. And that Seoul Fortress Wall, you can find it kind of all over Seoul. It is the border of Seoul. So yeah, I just highly recommend it. It was really nice. So thanks for joining me, and thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Again, link in the description box. The first 1,000 people to sign up with it will get 2 months of premium membership, which means you have absolutely unlimited classes. And yeah, again, I highly recommend looking at any of their writing classes. I have a couple that I have bookmarked that I'm going to start soon. So yes, I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!